Every week we release a build of Overgrowth for everyone who pre-ordered, and now I'm trying to make weekly videos to demonstrate new features. The first new feature this week is accurate shadow coloring. Here it may look like the shadow is gray, but it's really a sort of dark blue because it's lit by the blue sky. Here's how it looks when it's actually gray. And here it is again with the new coloring. Next up, we have some new particle effects. If I jump and slide, or fall over, then I kick up some sand or some dirt from this cracked mud, depending on what material I'm on. This effect is still pretty early on, but I think it helps the materials read better for now. I also added some decal material effects, but they're disabled for now. I can enable it pretty easily in the script here to show you. So the material decals let me leave marks in soft surfaces, like on the dirt here, or the sand. I'll have to do more work though before it's fast enough to be really practical, and I'd like to get more of the gameplay working before I spend too much time on these kinds of details. To make the particle effects for the ground, I created a new particle XML file system. This lets me change the particle parameters in real time, so I can pretty easily combine it with the scripting to show off all the different kinds of particles we have here, and change their parameters around. So here's the basic spark effect, so his head is sparkling. I can go in the spark XML file and change different parameters, like change its color, or its size. I can also add various wind effects, so it's affected by different kinds of noise in the air direction. It can also affect how its size and opacity and various other parameters change over time. So here they start out small and get bigger. So now I have sort of a weird Ghostbusters kind of effect. Anyway, back to more normal effects. I'll show off the different presets I have. So here's a smoke effect. And this is the sand effect. This is what you kick up when you run around on the sand, or slide. And the dirt effect. From Meat Bunny I had a blood effect. I think that's enough particles for now. I also added some new sound effects, like the clothing sounds. These help tie together the sounds on different surfaces, because even when his footsteps change, the movement of his clothes stays the same. He also has new sounds for falling on different surfaces. So if he falls on the dirt, it sounds different than when he falls on the sand. The biggest new gameplay feature is active blocking. You always have sort of a passive block, if you're just standing still. So for the first couple hits, he'll just get staggered instead of getting knocked over. If you press the right mouse button at the right time, then you do an active block, which is like this. The active block stuns the attacker slightly, leaving them open to a counterattack. So that's about it for this alpha. I should have another video for you next week.